there, it's Anonymous Tea, where we spill the tea anonymously. Hello, 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 everyone. Hello, YouTubers. Hope you guys are all having an amazing day today, sending good vibes, sending positivity, sending blessings, and good energy to each and every single one of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. So today we're talking Love and Marriage Huntsville. You guys know why you were here. Today we are talking because Kimmy has posted a throwback video of Love and Marriage Huntsville from yesteryear when the show was watchable. It still has fans confused. I'm gonna need some of you guys who do not remember or have not watched all of the seasons, before you comment on these clips, please know what you're saying. What am I talking about? What has happened now? So Kimmy, instead of promoting tonight's episode, instead of promoting season 7, you guys, she is promoting season 1 and 2. Let's talk about it. So she posted a clip from the earlier season, and it says in the caption, "Truth be told, season 1 and 2 was fire. Argue with your mama. But we come in, tune in for an all-new episode tonight." But here's the thing. You're promoting the episode, but not really. You're promoting the better episodes of yesteryear, right? And so she is hashtagging, "Where is LATISHA's mom?" Team, I don't think anybody's team Reese, Kimmy, nobody's following that hashtag. I think she spelled Huntsville, Alabama, I'm guessing that is. Hashtag Kimmy, hashtag God's Girl, hashtag Fight Like a Girl, hashtag Scott 2.0, hashtag Owen TV, hashtag Small Business Saturday, hashtag Real That Bleep Back, and tags Maurice and Jalen and all of the things. So the actual clip that Kimmy posted was Kimmy arguing with LATISHA's mom about Mel not inviting LATISHA to one of her many events, right? And Kimmy basically is checking her, saying, "Listen, there's been plenty of times I've hung out with Mel separate of LATISHA, and plenty of times LATISHA has hung out with Mel separate of Kimmy. Kimmy said she does not care who Mel does and doesn't invite to these events. However, if she is invited, she's going to go and support." And then LATISHA's making just an equally as childish comment as her mom, talking about, "Oh yeah, like it's been me and Mel and the kids." And I'm like, okay, like what does that have to do with anything? And then furthermore, Kimmy said as well that, you know, they've all known each other, right? They've all known each other and talked about, you know, how long LATISHA and Mel have known each other versus how long Kim's known Mel, and all of these things. And again, this is just the start of the tomfoolery, right? LATISHA really let her mom get in her head about all this nonsense the same way Stormy's mom gets in her head about nonsense, and fills their head with tomfoolery. And I can just feel in my bones that they are behind the scenes like, you need to be the star of the show. You need to be the focus of the show. You need to take this show on your back. But it falls on deaf ears, you guys. It falls on deaf ears, right? And nonetheless, nobody is asking Kimmy where LATISHA's mom is. We know where she is. It's called a petition. It is called a blackout. That is where she is, right? Because people stopped watching the show until she was removed, right? But some reason, there are people still confused in the comments. There are people who think that this is a preview clip for tonight's episode. And it is not a preview clip for tonight's episode in any capacity. Some people think LATISHA's mom's back. Some people are, thinking, or some people are actually mad in the comments and thinking LATISHA's mom's back. And then some people are saying that they want to do a trade and get rid of Destiny and bring back LATISHA's mom. Like, it is a whole mess in these comments, you guys. And then somebody in the comments was like, this is back when Kimmy really showed her cards. And then this was, and then somebody else said that Kimmy was the only person to check LATISHA's mom. No. No, definitely not the only one. Let's keep it a buck, you guys. I think some of you guys either do not remember all the episodes or have selective memory, right? Or whatever. But nonetheless, I don't understand, this reminds me back when people would complain about Real Housewives of Atlanta. Like, literally since season 9, people have been complaining about Real Housewives of Atlanta, that the show is not the same, and the show is boring,
everybody only films together if it's for a cast trip or the finale episode. Outside of that, everybody's like, you know, basically separate from each other. Kind of like what this show has turned into with all the Mel and Tel drama. And so, nonetheless, I guess they're having some nostalgia. But this is not promoting tonight's episode, Kimmy. This is not going to entice people to think that Latisha's mom is back. And then they tune into the show and thinking that she's going to be there, and she's not. This is a very amateur hour attempt to try to get people to watch the show, you guys. And I just need to make it make sense. I needed to make it make sense. Are you acknowledging that your storylines this season are not up to par, are not good compared to earlier seasons? Because effectively what I translate that as, Kimmy, is you miss going toe-to-toe with your husband's first wife. That's what I translated this post and all of the things, right? And the only reason you didn't post the clips that were necessary of you going toe-to-toe with your husband's first wife is because you knew what it was, right? You knew that you get out of pocket and you show how pressed you are in the first wife's presence. So therefore, you show this foolery. Make it make sense. You're going back and forth with somebody else's mom. You know, and it has nothing to do with anything. Why can't Latisha fight her own battles? Why does she always need backup, whether it is her mom, whether it is another sidekick, to team up against other people? It is amateur hour. You are a grown adult, Miss 4 degrees, but you need a army behind you just to get a point across. And then when you try to add talking points, it's completely irrelevant to the argument. And actually, it validated that your mom was talking crazy. So, again, and this is the same nonsense and foolishness that also got between you and Kiki, because you also used to have your kids hang out together, play together, and do play dates and all those things, right? So, it is just a hot mess. But I don't think this is the flex that Kimmy thinks it is, because this was back when she was actually getting screen time and actually had things to talk about. Now, not so much, because, like I said, the breast cancer storyline completely and utterly turned into something completely inappropriate, and it could have been an opportunity to really educate and be a level of support for those of us who either have had breast cancer, have had a relative or friend or colleague that has had breast cancer, and go through the process and really show people the changes, the differences, and all the things that you could potentially go through depending on the staging of the cancer, depending on what the course of treatment is, depending on how your day-to-day life is, how it affects your quality of life. Instead, it got diminished to whether or not your husband was getting enough sex. And that was a turnoff to the people, right? Because it should be about your health. Your health is the most important thing. Why are you going to care, you know, about nonsensical things when you need to be at the optimal level of your health? And you need to be recovering, right? But nonetheless, we're here. And it's bad that we're talking about things from, like I said, yesteryears that don't matter, before there were petitions, before there were blackouts, back when the ratings actually mattered, back when the ratings were actually doing well on the show. But the show has taken such a nosedive because, again, you have a one-trick pony and the creator of the show that refuses to adapt with the times. Say what you want about Bravo, say what you want about Andy Cohen, but they're taking seriously the complaints of the fans. They're taking seriously, you know, revamping all of their housewife shows of people who have overstayed their welcome, of people who have been too problematic for the franchise. They're splitting up alliances finally. They're, you know, delaying filming of shows until they can get the cast right. Those are the steps that should have been taken for Love and Marriage Huntsville. Instead, it is this plug and play nonsense that nobody is interested in, right? Which is why you guys can barely get 300,000 people to tune in for your season premiere. Make it make sense. So there is that. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified the moment I post some content on my channel. And with that being said, I'll talk to you guys again very soon.